Nithyananda. With all auspicious blessings and grace of my Guru, the Supreme Fount of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Parameshwar, I welcome you to this satsang. Swamiji reminds me of many things, but primarily if I have to put in three words. First, when Swamiji walks into a room, it's like he's a bundle of energy, or rather flame of energy. And second thing, which always leaves me in awe of his extraordinary love, his compassion. And the third thing is his intense hard work. I've seen Swamiji the last 13 years. It's been 13 years since I became an Adinivasi. In the last 13 years, I've been seeing Swamiji. He works 24 hours. And his patience and his infinite focus on work is so deep that it always makes me wonder, how is it possible that Swamiji is able to be so focused and is able to get straight to the point. He is, of course, an incarnation. His intelligence is infinite. It's cosmic intelligence. How do I learn this from Swamiji? It's been my driving factor even now. From the last 13 years I've seen Swamiji. I have never seen him eat or sleep like an ordinary human being. All the framework of a human being, all the requirements of a human being, when you see a man or a woman, you will say, okay, he eats normally, he sleeps normally, he has a time, he has a schedule. When he's hungry, he eats. He has likes and dislikes in food. This is how we all live. We sleep at 8 hours a day or 6 hours a day. And at a certain time, sleep overcomes us. So at that time, we shut down and we sleep. Or we become tired, so we go to sleep. So these are the various dimensions as a human being, right? After a long day's work, you feel tired, you go to sleep, or you want to relax, or you want to watch a movie, or you want to go out with friends, so which we call as relaxation, or we go to sleep. Same way, hunger. When we are hungry, we eat, or sometimes when there's something really nice, we eat. And we have specific likes and dislikes. What we like, what we don't like. But I was so amazed that Swamiji does not have this at all. I've seen him work 24 hours without at all getting tired, and no thought or question of, oh, I'm tired, I want to sleep. Ever. The normal human physiology or the expression of a human physiology or a human body is not there in Swamiji. I've never seen him say, oh, I'm tired, I want to sleep. Oh, it's like, it's my sleep time, I need to sleep, only then I can be fresh in the morning. Never. He's fresh 24 hours and he can work 24 hours and he can work in the multi-dimensional aspect. Working on multiple different, topics. Yet at the same time having in-depth clarity into each of these, even if he had no prior knowledge of it. When I say prior knowledge of it, for me, a lot of times it would be, oh, for example, if someone asks me to play Veena, I'll say, no, I don't know. Oh, you don't know. Why you don't know? Because I never learned, I don't have a prior knowledge. But if Swamiji is not like that. If someone requests as a devotee, Swamiji, can you do this? He'll just start. And it would be perfect. If he has to play some instrument which he has not played in his life, I have seen Swamiji play it perfectly, which is not even seen in his life. He'll just play it so perfectly. It'll just be, when I mean perfect, it is for human ears, right? That's how we see something as good music, bad music, or music that is not in sync. from that perspective, it will be perfect in harmony. Neither I have seen him say, I like this food more than that food, or I want this specific food only, don't touch. Of course, he's a pure vegetarian, he's a Shaivite, he does not eat even vegetables which may have worms, like for example the cauliflower. It's very clear, no. It would mean that we will have to kill that worm or that being inside, so I'll not eat. Except for that specificity of ahimsa, there is no other likes or dislikes in food. Whatever is served, he will eat, and he'll keep working, because all of us get so tired, he'll say, okay, I'll go to sleep, and he retires for the day. But otherwise, if there was a team that would work 24 hours, 365 days, 12 months a year, he would still be working with them without fatigue, without feeling tired, without feeling stressed. Any decision, any number of decisions he can take in a day without feeling stressed about having to take so many decisions, or whether this decision will be right or wrong. He never gets stressed. So when there's no stress, he's not tired. And his focus on work, in the 24 hours, it'll only be work. I've never seen him have any casual side conversations. Everything is work specific. This is something so extraordinary. I'm sure none of us would have seen it in another human being. Yes, when we define workaholics, we would say, oh, I'm a workaholic. We would defend it. Oh, I know so many people who are workaholics. Yes, but those workaholics are very specific. They have a specific field on which they focus and they become successful, or they focus on a specific field and become workaholics because of their passion. But for Swamiji, it's not like that. Every field he's passionate about, every field he has such in-depth knowledge about. So all the physiological or the physical restrictions of a human being, he does not have. The need to eat on time, the need to sleep on time, or the need to sleep or the need to eat itself, he does not have at all. If you give him food, we offer him Naivedyam, he has. Otherwise, he will just be sitting, doing his work, and the space of the way he sits, the way he does, is like so innocent. It's like a child. If you have a 2-year-old boy or a 2-year-old child, how they just keep on running around the house, there is no preconceptions, there are no judgments, they don't have anger, they don't have violence in them, and they just keep doing something or the other, even if they're playing around. For their age, what they think as work, that they would be doing, right? And there's a joy to look at because there's so much of innocence in them. Swamiji is exactly like that. Any work he does, it is from such a space of innocence. See, I am framing the word as innocence, but Swamiji says it's actually the space of Paramashivatva, the space of Samadhi, the space of enlightenment. Because his mind does not carry any cognitions or carry any judgments or carries any good or bad in his head or in his heart, as I would say in a human language. So those don't reflect in his everyday actions or expressions or what he does. Even if he's saying, see, 10 days back you did the same mistake, again you're doing the same thing, it would be only pointing to that mistake, but it would not be coming from the space of an anger or irritation which a normal human being would have. Like for example, if I had to tell someone the same thing 5 times, the 6th time I lose it. I'm like, how many times I'm telling you? The last 6 times, the last 6 months, the last 6 years you've been doing the same thing. Don't you have any sense? This is what I would say. But Swamiji was never like that. He would only say, see, 10 days back, same calculation mistake, again the same calculation mistake. 15 days back or last month or last incident or last such an update you gave me, the same mistake you're repeating. And so many times Swamiji would tell all Adinavasis, you all make the same mistake. So it's almost become like, oh God, I am bored, do something new. At least I have something new to teach you all. So we make the same mistakes. Even 15 years, 20 years later, we still make the same mistakes. Because we are already so full in our heads about our own, how we first evaluate ourselves, about our own ideas, about our own self. Swamiji does not even have in his mind the identity of himself as a normal human being would have. Like for example, I will take my own example. I will say I'm a female. I have a certain way I like to think about myself. In a certain way, I feel people judge me, or I get angry when I feel people judge me, or I feel society is going to deal with me like this, or people are going to deal with me like this because I'm a female and I come from a poor family. Let me say. Poor family, or I have some educational challenges. Or many times I would not feel confident of talking in a group that discusses businesses, that discusses politics, because I have no knowledge of it. So I used to feel a bit, let me say, I had a lower self-image about myself. Rather than accepting it and understanding it, I used to feel, oh, I don't fit into this circle, or I don't fit into this ambience because, it's not my thing, or I don't know anything about. But Swamiji, it's not like that. There is nothing that is unknown to him. First, as an enlightened being, that's different. But even then, from a human perspective, I'm seeing everybody, every human being, he treats as someone he is known before. Every situation in life, he treats as something new, exciting. So life around him has always been exciting. Everything is treated as something new, as a learning thing, as something that we have to do. We have to get involved to know. It's never from space of tiredness or boredom. So all these things I'm seeing and learning continuously from Swamiji. The few things that, I will not say few, many things that define a human being is the idea they carry about themselves, and like I said, the physical needs, or the physiological needs of a human being. I need to eat, I need to sleep, I like this food, I need to sleep 6 hours or 8 hours a day to feel fresh, and these are my limitations. There are no such human limitations binding Swamiji, I would say. Binding, or by which Swamiji lives by. Only if someone goes and reminds my secretary, or someone who's been taking care of his living space goes and reminds him, excuse me Swamiji, it's time to eat. You need to eat something. Then because all of them would have cooked, or they're ready to offer Naivedya, it's okay, bring it. Otherwise he will just continue doing his work without eating or sleeping. So these are, when Swamiji says he has no mind, I used to wonder what it means. Because for me, I was not able to relate what it means. But when I was watching him over these years again and again, and I started comparing myself, how I am reacting to certain situations and how Swamiji is behaving or expressing in a similar situation. And I used to wonder how Swamiji is able to be like that, but I feel like this. Then I started analyzing, understanding, oh, this is what Swamiji means by the space of Paramashivatva. And his teachings and the powerful cognitions that he gives. When I started actually trying to understand to the level of trying to practice it, I was able to understand its reality only as I kept watching and seeing. I used to think how Swamiji is able to live like this without drinking, eating or sleeping. Or maybe because he's enlightened, he's like that. I would brush it away. But when Swamiji keeps saying, no, this is all possible for you, this is all possible for you, this is all possible for every human being. And that is my mission on this planet. I am amazed by this gift that Swamiji wants to give to each of us. I'm not talking about the space of not eating and not sleeping. I'm talking about the space, his mind space, which has no tiredness, which has no boredom, which has no cognitions, or perceived cognitions about people. And his focus is only about work. And the space of innocence and joy that he carries at every time, no matter what happens outside in the world, no matter who's attacking, no matter who's abusing him, whether it's the outside world or whether it's his own Adinavasis, whoever it is. I've never seen him have a different space, carry anger, or just give up. And it is these expressions of Swamiji that has inspired me to take up sannyas. And when he's in his body, anybody who starts seeing, living in that space will be inspired by that. That space of innocence, joy, the space of just living, existing without being bound by the needs of human physical needs, or the human physiological needs, or the human psychological needs, is something to see, to believe. It's an experience. It's an experience like once you ingest it and it starts digesting in you, it becomes more and more powerful inside of you. I invite you all to see, experience this by attending the Paramashivoham program, which is a 21-day workshop. I will not say it's a workshop, it's a spiritual journey. It's a transformation. Each day is uniquely designed from the teachings of the Supreme Pontificate Hinduism. Every word is crafted from his teachings, and what this program offers is very limited compared to the 1.6 petabyte of discourses and satsangs which we have recorded in Kailasa's archives. We hope to continue being able to make this available to each of you all every day, every moment. And that is the primary vision for all of us, desire for all of us. So come experience Swamiji through his teachings and experience his initiation and darshan in the Paramashivoham program, which is an absolutely free workshop. It's a 21-day, 16-hour workshop. The 16 hours is for you. 1 day, try it out. 2 days, try it out. Spend all your free time in this. You will see the transformation journey starting. Then do the whole program. You'll have deeper experiences. Attend the program full day, from morning yoga till night, the whole 16 hours. Detox yourself from your older identities, your pain, your sufferings. Through the 16-hour intense workshop. I will drop the link below. Please click onto it to log into the program, or watch it on YouTube on the SPA channel. Thank you for watching. Nithyananda.